Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, we are live. It is 7:43 p.m. here in Melbourne. And yes, I do have my espresso. I'll wait for a few people to start joining the live stream. It's been a pretty chaotic day. And how is everybody? And also, I should say, let me know wherever you're watching from around the world. I like to do this and see where people are tuning in from all over the world. We have Tobias here, Spain in the house. Welcome, Spain. I can't wait to get back there. We've got Nate Simmons, hi from Tamworth. Welcome, Nate. How is everybody's day going? We've got Auntie. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. We've got how you going. That's awesome. I do have my espresso here, guys. The market's been, gosh, it's interesting what's going on in the crypto market at the moment. It's been pretty volatile, to say the least. But I'm not worried because the earn curve trading bots are going incredibly well. So we'll wait for a few more people to join the live stream. We've got San Francisco Bay Area or California. That's crazy. You've got Bali in the house. How good is that? Welcome, Skins. From Wollongong. Really cool to see people from all around the world tuning in on the channel, guys. It's really cool. Honestly, to speak to people from around the world is awesome. We've got Osaka, Japan in the house. How good is that? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have never been to Japan, and I would love to go to Japan one day. That's one of my bucket list countries to visit. Anyway, guys, we've got a few people now joining us, which is incredible. There's a lot of news to get through today. And let me know in the live chat if you can hear me clearly. Hopefully you can. This new microphone is actually really cool, by the way. Welcome, Ron from the Philippines. We've got Luke from Sydney. Hope you guys have got better weather up there today. Melbourne's a bit cold at the moment. We've got Canada in the house. That's incredible. Absolutely awesome to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Anyway, we've got a lot of news coming out. There is a lot. Welcome, Peter from Lakes Entrance as well. We've got a lot of news to go through today. Obviously, the crypto market has had a bit of a pullback. I'm not really worried about that. We're going to go over Earn Curve, my spot crypto exchange, go through some trading setups. Obviously, Octobot, my partners with Earn Curve and the trading. Ripple and XRP. There is always news about Ripple and XRP on my channel. That is an absolute given. $7.4 trillion potentially unlocked. That is with tokenization. We're going to go through that. ETF updates. What's going on there? There was a massive amount of XRP moved. Huge Vanguard updates as well in regards to cryptocurrency. They're changing their tune. Even JP Morgan, we're going to go over that. We've got Bhutan migrating ID system to Ethereum, which is interesting. Solana, again, we're going to have a look at that. Treasury accumulations, altcoins, typically, dump hard before altcoin season. We're going to look into that. We've got Citigroup aims for institutional custody, which is insane. We've also got Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, basically telling everyone that it's, Bitcoin is digital gold and legitimate alternative asset. We have the S&P 500 doing incredibly well. I've got Money Never Sleeps, my dividend investing book. We've got, of course, the President Trump trading insider. I don't know what's going on with this, but there was another Bitcoin short placed today or later on this afternoon, which is unbelievable to see that. And of course, we're going to go through all of the news on X. It's just non-stop, absolutely non-stop. So we're going to go through all of that. And welcome everybody to the live stream. Let's have a look what else we've got here. Perfect weather today. I'm jealous, mate. Melbourne's been cold. This morning it was freezing. What else we got here? All clear. Thanks, Skins, for that. Perfect weather. Let's have a look. Sounds good, mate. Thank you. Gibbsy. if all is true and many level people in that know will be buying, I see the price predictions and nothing ever happens. False hope. Well, you can say it's false hope, but it's not false hope because I've been in this space for a long time, and there is a big shift that's happened in the last, 10 months now, really. It's crazy. We're in October. Definitely big things coming right now. I think something big is coming for XRP. Yes, it is. Precious metals and crypto. Yes, bullish. So many positive stories, and the price doesn't seem to match the narrative. Well, we're going to go through all of that. Anyway, guys, let's get into the live stream. Having a sip of the espresso. Let's get into it, guys. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel and social media, of course. You guys absolutely rock. If you haven't done so, please make sure you smash the thumbs up button down there and turn on that little bell notification, because as you see right here on the YouTube channel, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along on this incredible journey. Things are getting crazy in this space. Also, if you can give this live stream a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that, all right? So make sure you give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything, just down there. Thank you very much. You guys rock. Also, a little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff, right? I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yeah, we don't like to lose, guys, but we can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto, all right? So be careful. All right, let's get into that. Welcome, everybody, to the live stream that's joining from around the world. Yes, it's coming up to 7:50 p.m. here in Melbourne. I'm going to go straight over to the community tab. I like to give updates on this all the time. And I love how everyone ticks XRP. Yes, I'm bullish. Now, I did put up a post, and it's a bit boring, but I need to say this because I get asked a lot of questions in regards to transferring crypto assets, and there's a lot of new people that come into this space, all right? There actually is, and it's a good thing. But unfortunately, what people don't realize is that there are procedures and things that you need to do to protect your cryptocurrency investments, all right? And I did make a big list here in the community tab. We've got check wallet addresses carefully. That's very important, first and foremost. All right? I don't know if anyone has transferred cryptocurrency and it's just magically disappeared, right? Well, you need to check every single time. You need to not only verify every single digit in that wallet address when you're ever sending or depositing, make sure you check everything. That's very important. And there's also clickboard hijackers that can change addresses. Now, I've had a few people message me about, things over the past, and obviously now with EarnCurve, it's pretty wild. PCs in particular can be affected by malware and spyware. And they can be like, copy and paste hijackers. So they will change the wallet address on your PC and you won't even know about it because you're just thinking that you're copy and pasting. No, make sure you check that, and also do malware and spyware checks on your computer. Clean it out with virus software. Do this now that we're coming into a very different time in crypto. Make sure you do this, almost every week. All right. So just make sure you do that and clean out computers. Confirm the networks, that's an important one. If you're sending, of course, across the ERC or Ethereum network, Tron, Binance network, XRP network, etc., just make sure you get the network key, or I should say the network correct, because if you're sending from Ethereum to Binance Smart Chain, you will lose those funds forever. And there's no way of recovering them. Unfortunately, it's just the name of the game. It's horrible. But it's a bit of housekeeping, all right? Obviously, check the gas fees just to make sure we're not going crazy with the gas fees on the network. I like to use TRC20. Let me know in the live chat what you like to use as well. But make sure you check everything in regards to that. Always use two-factor authentication. I know some people don't have this set up on their exchanges, but Google Authenticator or whatever, or Authy, whatever you use, make sure that you set up two-factor authentication across all your, crypto accounts, your exchanges, your trading accounts, your emails, your social media. Just get that activated, all right? Also, make sure that you obviously keep records of your transactions. Always keep screenshots of what you're holding in your asset, in your wallets, and whatever it may be, because we never know. Something may happen, and for whatever reason, you just don't have a record of it and it goes missing. We don't want to, that to happen, of course. Always reviewing your account activity. That's very important. Also, check your logins, devices, withdrawals. Obviously, with multiple exchanges, including EarnCurve, you will get a notification to confirm that withdrawal. That's there to protect people's cryptocurrency. It's very important. And again, don't fall for emails. I tell a lot of family and friends this, but, when an email comes through, basically from an exchange or whatever it may be, there's usually phishing links in there. Click this to check your balance, or there's been an attempted login or something like that. What I would normally do is don't click anything in those emails whatsoever, because it will be hacked. Okay, and that's of course with also your social media. Just go to that exchange and check what's going on there, or check the sending email. Sometimes they make it look exactly like from the exchange or social media platform. Just be careful, all right? Don't click anything ever in emails to do with crypto. Also, diversifying where you're holding your cryptocurrencies. Don't all hold it in one spot. The best, of course, is cold storage. A Ledger, a Trezor. There's many of them. An Alipol Titan is a great crypto wallet to store your cryptocurrencies offline. Make sure when you're buying these cold storage wallets that you buy them from the retailer, so to speak. You're not buying them from eBay or Amazon. Just a bit of housekeeping there. And of course, if you've got trading money, that's your trading money in your account. And of course, you're not putting everything into one account. Just make sure you're diversifying where you're holding. And of course, never share your keys, your crypto keys with anybody. Of course, maybe one person that you really trust, okay? And obviously keep that safe or, stamped in metals in a vault somewhere. Be very, very smart with your crypto, because things are going to get pretty crazy, all right? Now, an interesting article moving on, ladies and gents. That was a bit of housekeeping. It needed to be said, because people just don't know these things. So make sure you're running virus and malware and spyware scans on your PC, because you will eventually, and it's happened to me, something may enter your computer through a website and it could steal your cryptocurrency. So be careful, all right? Now, we do have Forbes, and this is no BS. This is an article. During his first term in office, President Donald Trump's cryptocurrency tweeting in 2009. Let's just bring this 2019, I should say. That crypto's value was based on thin air. Less than a decade later, President Trump is now one of the largest Bitcoin investors on the planet, with an estimated of $870 million in digital currency. Only a handful of other billionaires appear to own more, which is fascinating. Let me know in the live chat what you think about that. All right. Let me know in the live chat. Let me have a look at some questions here as well, just from the housekeeping update. Patience is key. Had patience for 3 years now, and it's becoming very boring. Well, this is the time to obviously set yourself up with crypto, that's for sure. I have a dedicated PC just for transactions. It's the Linux distro, stripped of all software and only connected to the Ethernet on its own vague land. Actually hit the send. Okay, well that's pretty good. So I mean, look, you've got to have something in place, and just make sure you're cleaning your computers, guys. All right, just letting everyone know. Now, yes, my dividend book, Money Never Sleeps. Go read that. Very, very cool book. This is a YouTube demo portfolio for recurring income through Wall Street. Very, very cool. Passive income is bullish for dividend stocks. And you can go get that at the Wall Street Bull Official. This is my website. I need to update this, of course, with EarnCurve. But Money Never Sleeps, guys. Go read that. It will change your life in terms of, investing on Wall Street, okay? There's a lot of knowledge and expertise that's gone into that. Top altcoins in my portfolio this morning: Ubix Network, Immutable X, Solargenic, and OMI. And I haven't seen what's been happening on OMI for a very long time. Now, anyway, moving on to coin market cap today, $3.79 trillion. Volume, though, is still high at $246 billion, which is interesting. And again, there has been a negative outflow 13th of October on Wall Street. $754 million was out of ETFs, which is interesting. Obviously, that was mostly from Ethereum. $428 million came out of Ethereum. and Bitcoin negative 326. Again, I am really excited to, of course, see when the XRP, Solana, Hedera, all of these have ETF inflows right here. Now, coming over to my watch list for my cryptocurrencies, I like to do this. The 24 hours, Constellation DAG is up 3%. Ubix Network is still up. Nexra, Kaon, I have no idea what the hell that is or where that's being stored. XYO is a cryptocurrency that I've held for many years, and it's done pretty well, to be honest. It's still in the pennies, which is nice, and go check it out. It's a pretty cool project. At one point this year, it was doing insanely well, so that's pretty cool, but I'm still holding on to that. Electronium, Solana's down 1%. There is a bit of market turbulence at the moment. I believe Fed Jerome Powell's going to be speaking also. Coming over to market cap, let's have a look at Bitcoin, 111,000. So it's still holding above that 110,000 US dollar mark, which is nice. Ethereum's at 3,999 US dollars. XRP's at $2.46. Solana's $196. What else we got here? Dogecoin at 19 cents. Tron's at 31 cents. Cardano's at 68 cents. $18 for Chainlink. Stellar's at 32 cents. Sui's at $2.73. Hedera's at 18 cents. Litecoin, $94. Let me know if you're holding any of these crypto assets, by the way. Shiba Inu, I've been holding this for years. Years, which is crazy because I got into Shiba Inu when the actual project itself gifted 50% of the circulating supply to Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum. And he actually happened to receive this. Gosh, I think this would have been during the pandemic, and he had to locate his seed phrase because half of it was at his parents' house. I'm pretty sure this is what happened. Half of it was at his parents' house in, I don't know, North America somewhere or Canada, and then the other half was with him. So he had to ring them up and find the keys. And anyway, I believe he donated that as well, which is pretty cool to see him do that. But there you go. Polkadot's at $3.14. Near Protocols at $2.43. ICP $3.44. VeChain doing nothing for like 3 years now. Immutable X is at 56 cents. XDC is at 5 cents. I'm very bullish on XDC, and Quant is at $86. Let me know if you're still holding Quant. Let's have a look at this. Are you in the same frame of mind as Jake Cleaver? XRP effectively reliant on multiple triggers. The price moves substantially, reverse carry trade. ETFs. There's a lot going on with XRP and Ripple. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Yes, I'm very bullish on XRP, that's for sure. Carly, hi, how you going? Dean, I'm holding most of them still, which is amazing. Well done, Dean. Now, guys, let's get to EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange. This is growing every single day, and I really appreciate it. Again, I've put my heart and soul into this to get this live and active and built out and get everyone trading with Octobot because I wanted simplicity for trading. It is spot crypto market only. Again, there's no fiat on-ramps as yet. I get a lot of emails about that, but that's fine. I will eventually integrate the fiat, debit card or crypto card or credit card, I should say, onto EarnCurve, but that's obviously substantial capital. That will come in the future, but it's big, big, big money, guys. But anyway, if you haven't gone to register, go do that. KYC, upload driver's license, government issued ID, and of course, a utility bill. And if you do that, I will apply a 10% discount to your trading fees. There's a lot of you that have done that. Thank you very much. You guys rock. EarnCurveInvest.com. Link is below. Coming over to here, you can see that my current wallet balance, which is in trading at the moment, if you just wait for this to is 1,283. I'm trading a lot of, obviously, the top cryptocurrencies with ETFs, pending approval, of course, right? And of course, we've got Bitcoin in here. This is trading non-stop. You can see right here again, a lot of trades buying the dip on Bitcoin. And if you scroll up here, let's have a look and see what XRP is doing today. I actually haven't had time to check it. Let's come over to XRP and see what it's doing today. Okay, there was one trade, one buy order made today, which is nice because the price dipped. Obviously, it works on a grid trade. And you can see the prices right here. It's actually moved, like the sell order's gone all the way up to $4.24 USD, which is nice. But again, this is trailing up. So with Octobot, you don't have to do anything. You just let it trade. It's going to slowly accumulate. As you can see, each one of these orders is 6 USDT. You can place as much as you want in this. I've been getting a lot of emails as well with people sending me their results because they actually listened when I said when the market crashed, they got in, and now they're up in the last 2 or 3 days, 8 to 10% plus, which is absolutely incredible. Very, very nice. Now, again, scrolling down, let's have a look at my BNB bot. Has actually been doing pretty well, you know, considering the market crash. Today's the 14th, and the bot has made a significant amount of trades today, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 trades today, which is nice. Buying the dip mostly because, again, BNB's been outperforming like crazy, as you can see on the chart. It's just wild what it's done in September alone. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, coming over to Octobot. By the way, all the links for this are below. Yes, my bots are down because I started these on the 15th of September. Sorry, yes, I did. September. Forget what time of year I started these, but 15th of September. As you can see, the bots are, you know, taking a bit of a beating because of what happened a couple of days ago with $19 billion being liquidated from the markets. I'm just going to let them trade. Honestly, that's what I'm going to do. And again, you can use Octobot and create your own strategies. Now, again, let me just show you guys quickly before I get into that. If you come over to the little compass sign right here, strategies, come to exchanges and earn curve, really cool. Top Coins Accelerator bot. Last 6 months, it's up 5.34%, which again is pretty cool. This invests in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink. It's really cool. That's just like an all-in-one. And of course, you've got your grid strategies right here. We've got XRP, Bitcoin, Cardano, Chainlink, Ethereum, Litecoin, Solana, and Stellar, which is nice. So again, some pretty bullish coins right there. And you can create your own AI strategies as well, I should say. Really, really cool. And you can put anything in here. As an example, if I can move my microphone, create me a grid bot on, I don't know, as an example, right? Let's just go XRP USDT on earn curve with 16 buy orders and 16 sell orders. Trailing up because we want to capture that market. All right, let me just enter this. So again, I'm getting some really cool prompts, by the way, from the Octobot team. I will email everybody that. So as you can see right here, it's created a grid strategy for me, right? Really cool. You can do this with any available asset on earn-curve, which is awesome. So go have a play around with it. I will be emailing everybody. I've been meaning to say that the prompts will be coming and I'll email them through. Now, I do understand that the bots are down at the moment, and that is because it's following the market. I mean, look at this. So again, you have to understand that the bots are placing limited orders on the exchange. The entire market is down. It's just part of the game of trading. That's what it does. And of course, it will capture those trades for you and accumulate USDT when the market rises. So there you go. It's really cool stuff. And again, mine are down. I'm just going to let them trade because the last, I guess, when I first launched the multi-bots, I had to stop them. I relaunched them. But prior to the multi-bot launch, my XRP bot was up somewhere around about 21% in, gosh, a month or two, which is amazing. Anyway, any questions, guys, go to EarnCurve Invest and you can email me here. Also, join the mailing list because I will be emailing those prompts when I get them that you can use in the AI on Octobot with EarnCurve. So I'll be getting those and emailing them out to everybody when I do get them, but it's going to be amazing. Now, having a sip of the espresso, we'll have a quick look at the questions and comments. Is the bull market over? No, we are far from the bull market being over. TK, we're just getting started with the bull market. Uptober turned into Dumptober. Yeah. Well, look, if you're trading with leverage, you will get wrecked. Unfortunately, it's part of the game. We're trading with leverage. But if you trade in the spot market with EarnCurve, you won't get wrecked because, again, trading key assets, key cryptocurrencies and there's no leverage. When you're trading with leverage, you will get wrecked. I don't care what anyone says. I've done it all. I've tried it. I've done it for 5 years now. Don't trade with leverage, guys. It's dangerous. All right. We've got Dean. I opened multi-bots and it's been down. Maybe doing something wrong. No, my bots are down, Dean. It's just a matter of leaving them run when the market recovers. Mine personally are actually down now at the moment as well. Are the grid bots better than the DCA bots? I get this question all the time. If you're wanting to trade a lot more, then yes, grid bots are better for trading, but they're all good. It depends on your strategy. It's up to you. I like the grid bots because I want to be trading non-stop, because once these ETFs get approved, then things are going to get pretty wild, so to speak. But yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. Now we're getting into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Ripple is offering a $200,000 reward, so to speak, to attack the XRP ledger lending protocol, which is interesting. And Ripple is teaming up with blockchain security firm Immunify to host an attackathon for the XRP ledger lending protocol. If one serious bug is found, a full $200,000 will be provided to participants. The protocol aims to eventually offer fixed-term, uncollateralized loans on the XRP ledger, which is unbelievable. And they're just doing it to obviously incentivize, as you can see, white hat hackers to attack the upcoming platform. So they want people to attack it. And the rewards are part of an attackathon hosted by Ripple and the blockchain security firm Immunify right here that asks security researchers to poke and prod the code base to find potential flaws, with particular focus on giving bugs that impact fund security and vault solvency. That is fascinating. Unbelievable. Can you believe that? That's good though. It's amazing. Now, again, Ripple and the $7.4 trillion market could send XRP price soaring. I know a lot of people hate when stuff like this comes out in the news, but people have to understand that Ripple's not just a cryptocurrency or XRP. There is a lot happening on the XRP ledger and with Ripple, the company itself. It's enormous. Obviously, we've got Crypto Sensei. Said that the last 3 months of the year have been often positive for cryptocurrency. October, November, December. Yes, October has been pretty bad this month, but tend to be bullish months. He said that Paul Barron podcast, he expects Bitcoin to reach between $150,000 to $175,000 and Ethereum to rise towards $8,000 to $10,000 US. He added that XRP also benefit from several strong catalysts building around the project. Yes, and regulatory clarity could help XRP, definitely. And one major factor is the Clarity Act, which could finally define how US regulators treat digital assets. And Sensei said that the bill could be a major turning point once Congress and the Senate reconvene after the shutdown, but he also warned that the process will take time. When the president signs the bill, it doesn't come into effect right away, he explained. Agencies like the SEC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, must write rules, ask for public comments, and make adjustments. This can take years. He compared the Dodd-Frank Act, which took more than 3 years to roll out after the 2008 financial crisis. He said that the Clarity Act would mark a clear step forward, that it could encourage institutions to engage more with XRP and similar tokens, which is very interesting. Now, this is the one thing I want to speak about, because the new partnership announcement added fuel to XRP's outlook, which is insane. Ripple's Securitize, BlackRock, and Vanguard are working together to tokenize the money market funds, a sector worth more than $7.4 trillion. The plan will let fund holders redeem assets directly on-chain using Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin. By the way, just asking my audience, has anyone actually used RLUSD? I'm very curious about this. Let me know in the live chat if you've used it, and I'm curious about this, right? The host, Paul Barron, called this development a major milestone. BlackRock, Vanguard, and Ripple in one project shows how traditional finance and crypto are starting to connect. BlackRock manages more than $12.5 trillion in assets, but only about $2 billion is currently tied to tokenized funds. Vanguard holds about $75 million on-chain, and the numbers show that tokenization is still small, but entry of such a large players could change that. And again, Ripple's role in this shift could help XRP find that new demand. And the network is already designed for cross-border settlements and on-chain liquidity, making it well-suited for real-world asset tokenization. And this is what people need to understand, what's coming in this space. It's new technology. Think of cryptocurrency right now like the internet in 1997. I'm 37 years old. I remember when the internet used to be on dial-up, and you couldn't pick up the phone at home when you had the dial-up internet. right? So when you did, you heard that noise. Let me know in the live chat if anyone remembers that. But I do. And you got to think of the cryptocurrency. We're in 1997, or dial-up internet, so to speak. We've got a long way to go. And yeah, I mean, look, DBS, Franklin Templeton, Ripple team up to tokenized money market fund for trading, which is huge. Now, we do have XRP ETFs launched, delayed. Expert says ignore October 19B-4 deadlines, which is interesting. I'm going to have a sip of the espresso. But the US Securities Exchange Commission has agreed to streamline how ETFs are approved, replacing the slow case-by-case approach. That was Gary Gensler. This change will allow crypto ETFs to be listed more efficiently once other regulatory steps are complete. The SEC will also dimensional fund advisors to add ETF share class to its mutual funds. More than 70% of fund companies are waiting to do the same. However, progress is now paused. The ongoing US government shutdown has furloughed the SEC staff, including those who review and process the ETF registrations. Until the government reopens, no new ETFs can move forward, which is very frustrating. But it is what it is, guys. But interesting, though. Ignore the October deadlines, an analyst explains. Basically, we're waiting on the government to reopen, probably, he explained. Litecoin's 19B-4 deadline was October 2nd. Solana's was October 10th, a couple of days ago. Those, as well as XRP, BCH, and AVAX, etc., were obviated by the generic listing standards. So they've been taken up by the generic listing standards, which is huge. So ignore the 19B-4 filings, which is awesome. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks when the government reopens in the United States. Approval hopes rise under the, of course, chair, Paul Atkins. He's very forward-thinking. He's very positive about cryptocurrency. I don't see there being any issues with the approval. I mean, the SEC did drop its lawsuit against Ripple. They both came to this agreement. It was approved by Judge Torres. There's no issues there. But we just need to be patient because a lot of people are only focused on what's happened with the price in the last 24 hours, let alone what's really coming in this space. And over $600 million in XRP just moved across Binance and Bitfinex, igniting speculation among XRP army over whether its exchange reshuffle or pre-dump liquidity play. All XRP stands ready to benefit from surging RLUSD demand. And here's the transaction right here. It's $600 million. Gosh, send that to my audience. How nice would that be? And according to market analyst Fersey right here, the transfers included a staggering 145 million XRP valued at $340 million moved to Binance alone, while additional chunks were seen flowing through Bitfinex and various unknown wallets. As a result, the massive XRP transfer has sent shockwaves through the community, sparking intense debate over its intent. Some analysts view it as routine exchange reshuffle, a liquidity realignment ahead of the increased trading activity. There you go. So who knows what's going on there. But this one, ladies and gentlemen, is an interesting one. Vanguard may finally, and this is from Yahoo Finance, right? But Vanguard may finally allow Bitcoin ETFs. Vanguard hated cryptocurrency. They just... Anyway, Vanguard might finally be softening its hard line against crypto after blocking trading in Bitcoin ETFs on its brokerage platform. Why? Come on. The fund manager could be rethinking its position, according to a recent report. The shift comes as the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs have attracted nearly $200 billion in assets since early 2024. What are you doing, Vanguard? Get with the times. With BlackRock and Fidelity already capitalizing on AI and crypto, well, of course they want to compete with BlackRock, right? Two of the behemoths in the world. Vanguard may be looking to capture its own piece of the action. Investors have been pressuring the company to allow Bitcoin ETF trading on its platform, and the mounting pressure may be getting too loud to ignore. Good. I'm freaking glad that they're doing that. Hurry up. And if Vanguard approves Bitcoin ETF trading, it could be the biggest policy reversal for traditionally conservative company in decades. It would be a stunning acknowledgement that digital assets are no longer a fad, they're a fixture. Let me know what you think about that. And it's going to be interesting to see what also JP Morgan do. Because, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, he called cryptocurrency or Bitcoin a pet rock. I remember when he did the speech again, gosh, was this last year or the year before in Switzerland, actually, at Geneva or something like that. And he called it a pet rock. But this is interesting. And JP Morgan has reconfirmed it will allow clients to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which is mind-blowing. And while the bank will not immediately offer custody services, it is expanding its blockchain initiatives and exploring how crypto fits into a broader market strategy. This is going to become the norm now, right? Because crypto is being institutionalized. So there's a lot going on in the background, and it will happen. There's no doubt about that. And Scott Lucas, JP Morgan's global head of markets, digital assets, outlined the bank's approach in the CNBC interview right here, obviously the cable TV, emphasizing an strategy that balances existing financial infrastructure with emerging blockchain opportunities. And of course, on crypto trading, Lucas said that Jamie Dimon was pretty clear during Investor Day that we are going to be involved in the trading of that, but custody is not on the table at the moment. It's amazing how the narrative changes with these guys because people are screaming to get into this, and their obviously client base want access to it, but they just refuse for years. Bhutan, interestingly though, migrates its national ID system onto Ethereum. The Kingdom of Bhutan has tapped Ethereum to store the national identities of its roughly 800,000 citizens, leveraging the network's immutability and decentralization, which is fascinating. So, look, again, Tom Lee has been very bullish on Ethereum for Wall Street being, the backbone, so to speak, of tokenized equities. Solana bulls march north amid heightened treasury accumulations, which is interesting. We've got Solana digital asset treasury firm Helios plans to purchase 5% of the supply valued at over $6 billion. This comes amid increased plans to boost its asset reserves before the end of the year. The healthcare technology company moved towards the asset class and secured $500 million last month. Just casually $500 million, that's nice. In a recent interview, Joseph Chi, the company's Solana treasury, noted that the new purchase will be made after it meets its regulatory and capitalization requirements. The company's goal is to bag as much as 5% of Solana's supply within 6 months. And it should be noted that for such a deal to pull through, Solana must be shown to meet suitability criteria that meet public interest. So you can imagine a lot of companies around the world are going to be adding crypto to their treasury. Altcoins typically dump hard before altcoin season. Will history repeat? Well, it seems very interesting, but crypto analysts speculate that a massive weekend leverage flush out, which wiped billions of dollars from the crypto markets, may just have paved the way for an altcoin season 3.0, which is nice. And every major expansion in crypto has included there's a trade that just happened on Aircurve, has included a sharp 30% to 60% reset along the way, observed analyst and researcher Bull Theory on Monday. March 2020 saw almost 70% wiped off markets in the obviously pandemic-induced Black Swan event. And May 2021 saw more than 50% wipeout, which was interesting. And there were at least 5 other 30 to 40% altcoin slumps during that bull market cycle, which I remember very, very clearly what happened. It was wild. There was a lot going on there. And the market crash in April this year had many calling it the beginning of the bear market, yet each of those wipes looked like the end, and each was followed by the strongest rallies of the cycle, the analysts added. So could we be headed towards a massive rally, big flush out of leverage positions? It happens. And you can see right here, altcoins are usually hit hardest during the epic market resets, which it did. And this was the case over the weekend. XRP dumping at least 18%. Solana was down 22%. Dogecoin 28%. Cardano 25%. Chainlink 26% in just a day. After the March 2020 flash crash, we had a huge altcoin season where altcoins pumped 25 to 100x. There you go. Do with that information what you will. We also have Citigroup, another large institution, aims to offer institutional custody by 2026. Big banks are going to be holding crypto assets, guys. Think about that for a moment, all right? And again, to launch cryptocurrency custody service in 2026, joining a wave of major banks expanding into digital asset services as regulatory clarity improves under the President Trump administration. Very, very bullish. BlackRock CEO, I did play that interview yesterday. He's calling Bitcoin digital gold, a legitimate alternative asset. You can go watch that on X. The S&P 500, I don't know, a lot of you are not invested. I don't know personally, but S&P 500 is up 1.6%. NASDAQ is also up. Gold tops $4,150 US, which is just mind-blowing. It's like 230 Australian dollars at the moment, which is wild. For the first time in history, gold is going big, guys. It really is. We also have Trump insider Whale, who made, this is an interesting one, all right? I have to talk about this, but someone made a short on the weekend. I mean, obviously on Friday, when I talked about this yesterday, it was a massive short position. And two other major hyperliquid whales have opened nearly $182 million short positions across top tokens, amplifying bearish pressure on crypto markets. A trader known for profiting handsomely after shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum ahead of the recent market crash has opened a fresh short position even as the market shows sign of recovery, which is nuts. Look at this, all right? So it currently holds 3,440 Bitcoin short position worth $392 million with unrealized profit nearing $5.7 million and a liquidation threshold of 128,000. So, wow. I mean, to hold that kind of a position, you'd need liquidity, right? You need a lot of capital just to hold that position. So if Bitcoin does hit 128,000 US dollars, which I'm sure he's got stop losses in there for sure. There's no way you'd lose that kind of money. But 128,000, meaning he will get liquidated, which is wild. But that has happened. But someone made $80 million in USDC last week, which is wild to think about that. Anyway, let's go to X, guys, and thank you to those 9,048 people. Make sure you're following me with the blue check mark. There's a lot of fake accounts, guys. Be careful, especially on TikTok. I don't know why, but TikTok just won't verify my account. It's very frustrating. Just to let everyone know, you can watch the multi-bots video as well on how to set up the multi-bots on EarnCurve. Yes, we're live. Fun Strats Tom Lee says he thinks the S&P 500 could get to at least 7,000 this year. He's very, very bullish on crypto and, of course, Ethereum. Have a listen to this, guys. This is an interesting one for Ripple.
Break it down quick and simple. This isn't just another partnership. Ripple isn't helping banks anymore. It's becoming one. That means full banking licenses, direct access to global payment rails, and XRP, its native token, becomes the bridge asset for trillions in cross-border transactions. They've already secured licenses in Singapore, the UK, Ireland, and they're applying in the US. They're playing the long game. While others chase hype, Ripple's building infrastructure. XRP isn't just part of the system, it could become the system. If even a fraction of Swift's $150 trillion annual volume runs through XRP, we're not talking dollars. We're talking 4 or 5 figure potential. This is how early crypto used to feel. Except this time, it's not a white paper dream. It's already happening.
There you go. There's a no-brainer right there. They did go for their banking license, I should say, as well, just to let everyone know. Kathy Woods, she's incredible. Have a listen to this, guys.
Cap of gold, which has hit an all-time high. Walk us through the math here.
So I'm going to just correct that a bit. So,
Okay.
Our official for bull case is
Okay.
1.5 million.
Okay.
Now, what got us to that 3.8 is using modern portfolio theory. If we were to include Bitcoin in portfolios at its optimal weight, so maximizing the Sharpe ratio, that would have provided that increment to 3.8 million. Now, believe it or not, that position size, when we did that analysis, was 19% of a diversified portfolio.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I have more in mine.
Well, you swing for the fences when your cousins, when civilians ask you, hey, how much Bitcoin should I own? What's the number you would say in private to a family member?
To a family member?
Yeah, you want to protect them. You're not like, hey, we're swinging for the fences. This needs to be our home run. But
I'll tell you what I've told my children
Sure.
for a long time now is average in. I mean, average in. Every month, just average in, and then I would leave it to them in terms of their comfort factor.
Got it.
So essentially what she's saying is, she's made her predictions very well known, but dollar cost averaging, setting an amount every single week, month or fortnight to dollar cost average into these assets. Like, you don't need to go piling in or timing the market. It never works that way anyway, but setting a small amount of capital or whatever you've got. I know a lot of people are doing it tough out there at the moment, that's for sure. Especially in Australia, it's a nightmare with the cost of living crisis, but dollar cost averaging essentially means setting an amount of money, investing in whatever asset you'd like, or crypto, stocks, whatever it is, and just slowly accumulating over time. Don't worry about what happens with the market. And that's what Michael Saylor is essentially doing. He's been doing that now every single month. But his dollar cost average, buying is millions and millions of dollars. But it's going to be very interesting what happens to this asset class, cryptocurrency. It's very exciting. A lot of people are fascinated with it. And yeah, again, dollar cost averaging, guys, is the way to go. I've seen it all throughout the pandemic when that happened. It was wild with the stock market, so to speak. But anyway, moving on. We have no more auto liquidation in California. Governor Gavin Newsom just signed the SB 822, a new law ensuring unclaimed crypto won't be automatically liquidated. Dormant crypto accounts will now be preserved in their original form. Thank you, Coin Bureau, for this one as well. And also, thank you for that video, Altcoin Daily. Great channels, guys. Moving down, Bitcoin is based on energy. You can issue fake fiat currency, and every government in history has done so, but it's impossible to fake energy. True story. Jack the Rippler, love reposting his content as well. Be honest, guys, will the SEC approve the spot XRP ETFs this month? No doubt that they will, of course, and there's a lot of them, hopefully by the end of the month. Fed Jerome Powell will speak at 12:20 p.m. Eastern Time on the economic outlook and monetary policy. Will he mention rate cuts? If he's anything like the Australian Reserve Bank, no. There is an announcement date and time, and that's when they talk about it. That's all I'm going to say. Brad Garlinghouse, let's have a listen to this, guys. I love listening to... Whoop, that's very loud. Let me just turn that down. Listen to this, guys.
Yeah, so what's affecting the price of XRP has been the SEC. People forget, frankly, before the SEC got involved in the crypto markets, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset, ahead of ETH. And then the SEC got involved and said, hey, we think ETH is probably okay, and ETH went up. And then they sued Ripple, and XRP went down. This is not how our government is supposed to work. We're supposed to have a level playing field and have equal opportunity. We shouldn't have our government picking winners and losers in this regard. We think in the long run will prevail, and that'll sort itself out. But for now, it's frustrating for the community, and I like the way you characterize it, for the XRP family.
True story. And this was an interview, a couple of years ago, I should say, when there was no President Donald Trump at the office and Gary Gensler was still there destroying cryptocurrency, just to let everyone know. If you're new in this space, if you've been watching my channel for 5 years, there was a lot of pain and suffering that we went through the Ripple lawsuit. It's wild to think what we're doing now, what's coming now, honestly. Now we've got Crypto Rover. Every major liquidation event is this bull market has been followed by a massive pump. Think long term, guys. You need to think long term. JP Morgan, head of markets. Again, I just read you the article. Let's have a listen to this, guys, because it's fascinating.
We're going to be involved in the trading of that, but custody isn't on the table at the moment. There's a lot of questions around our own risk appetite of how far we want to go down that path from trading and other sides of it, and then custody, I guess, would follow. But naturally, we need custodians, so we're exploring what the right custodians for us for the business footprint that we've got.
There you go. And he sounds like an Aussie. which is interesting. There you go. We've got Michael Saylor started buying Bitcoin again. Strategist acquired $27 million casually. He now holds, a lot of Bitcoin, holds $73.1 billion of Bitcoin, acquired at an average price of $74,000. Have a listen to this from Tom Lee, guys.
Space, especially when you get outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, those two are generally not held on margin. I mean, there is some leverage with what they call perpetuals, but that's why they held up so well over the weekend. But this liquidation that was triggered over the last 3 days, the estimates are at least 19 billion of liquidations, but it's probably understated. It might be 4 times bigger. It's the largest since 2021. Essentially, you have to go back to FTX. I think there is a lot of leverage in the way people use this product called perpetuals, which is trading on margin, like 3x, 20x. And it lurks and is held through collateral. People like sort of pledging something that thinks it's safe, but when the price of that collateral drops, it triggers a cascade. And so I think people talk about this thing called commodity leverage. So a lot of leverage, yeah.
Basically, in a nutshell, guys, don't trade with leverage because it's not good. It's not pretty. I've done it for years, and don't get me wrong, have made money with leverage trading, but the liquidations far outweigh that because of market volatility. So if you're planning on doing it, please be careful. Don't go stupid on leverage. Be careful what you're investing. Don't go putting your life savings into a leveraged position on an exchange. Spot market only. You've got nothing to lose in terms of liquidations. And so spot market only. That's what I'm focusing on because big things are coming in this space. Yes, we had the $392 million Bitcoin short, 10x. This is just insane. Liquidation price is $128,000 Bitcoin price. That is wild. So we'll get liquidated if the price goes up. BlackRock just bought 522 Bitcoin, now holds 805,000. Look at their dollar cost averaging, as you can see right here on the screen. That is what dollar cost averaging is. They're still buying it. Absolutely crazy. The stock market futures extend gains. China confirms working level talks, which is nice to see that. There was $1 billion of USDT minted on Ethereum as well. And what else have we got here? The traditional ROI, and thank you, Anthony Pompulano, for this. The timeline for this is just insane when you look at it. The 1 year, 81%, 2 years, 325. It just goes crazy. 14 years, I mean, it's hardly believable when you think about it. But 4.6 million % return in 14 years. Gold's 143, S&P 500. I mean, these are all good. They're really all good. I mean, if you're averaging 10 to 12% of returns a year, it's very, very good, right? If you're starting to talk about these, if you go to traditional finance people in this, this world, they'll think you're insane, and that's the truth. But gosh, I remember Bitcoin when it was, in its infancy, or when I first got into it in 2016. People thought people were nuts buying it. Well, there you go. So let that one sink in for a moment. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today's update, guys. I've gone through a lot. Let me have a look at some of your questions now. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Let's scroll up here because there's quite a lot. If you have anything, just let me know in the live chat right here. Do see XRP's banking license approved 28th of October? I don't think so. That's just my opinion, though. I think there's getting a banking license is a significant license undertaking, especially here in Australia, that's for sure. Anthony, where is the $7.5 trillion incoming? It's coming from money market funds. It's trillions of dollars right here. As you can see, tokenized money market fund trading. Big capital coming in from this, guys. It's trillions of dollars. Absolutely wild when you think about that. That's just the beginning, by the way. Citigroup did have a partnership for custody in Metaco. I can't pronounce it. I've never been able Metaco. Before Ripple acquired it. There you go. Sorry, can't like your channel. It won't add to the trick. So, what's this? Sorry, can't like your channel. It won't add to the tick. So annoying. Okay, Molly, I'm not sure what's going on with that. They are now looking for alternatives as they hate Ripple and debanked its owner, Brad Garlinghouse. We'll see what happens when it's approved. Next year, the ATO will be sending emails to everybody about these crypto trades. They want their share. Yes, the Australian Tax Office will be doing that for sure. Ripple Bank in Australia, who knows? That'd be nice. Expect parabolic move to the upside the day that we get a license approved. Yeah, I agree. Jerome looks so sad. Jerome Powell definitely looks sad. Let's have a look here. What else we got? When you think about Ethereum, would be history on XRP likely be no or no to today if it wasn't Gary Gensler? Look, when you think about it, so I'm reading your question again. When you think about it, Ethereum would have been history, and XRP would have been likely been number one, 100%. If the SEC didn't go after Ripple and did what they did, of course Ripple would be definitely higher in market cap, would be a lot more advanced, put it that way. Let's have a look here. If you think you're going, this is from Anubis Great, if you think you're going to get rich off XRP, you got to hold your coins through the next Great Depression. The Great Depression was only 14 billion in leverage. Now we're at 900 billion in leverage. Well, we have to wait for the XRP ETFs. There's no doubt about that. There's institutional capital coming into this space. There's a lot of groundwork to be done in order for these ETFs to be approved. It just needs patience. People need to be patient. I know a lot of people are impatient. They want it now, but you've got to be patient with this. Let's have a look right here. I missed Bitcoin, $2 Bitcoin. You're a legend, Anthony. Thank you, Turpy. I appreciate that. Been watching you a long time, and I really appreciate everything. You're welcome. It's been fun to do this channel and speak to everybody around the world, that is for sure. And we'll end on this one. Daniel, what is your prediction for XRP in 2025? At this point in time, we are waiting for the SEC to give its decision on the XRP ETFs. It's really, really something that we're all waiting for. It's being institutionalized, guys. There is a lot coming here. Like, it's very hard to explain, but this whole crypto community and everything in crypto is becoming mainstream, whereas beforehand it wasn't. It's becoming institutionalized now. There's big capital in these markets. There's huge capital, and they're all wanting to get a piece of this new technology from, put it this way, we're in 1997. You have to think about cryptocurrency like, sending a fax, back in the day, or going to the video store to hire a DVD. You don't need to do that now. This is what this technology is going to do for the future. It's going to be revolutionizing everything. Anyway, guys, go join EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange. Sign up, register KYC, and I will apply a 10% discount. Get trading with your Octobots. Let them trade. The market's down. That's what happens, but they will turn over, and they are trading non-stop. Non-stop, guys. This is what I'm so bullish on. You don't have to do anything. And I will be emailing everybody, by the way. If you join the email list, I'll get over those prompts when I get them from Octobot so you can try them out. As you can see, the bots are working. So go join up. Any questions, email me as well. I'm out of here because it's nearly 9 p.m. here in Melbourne. It was really great to talk to all of you. And thank you to those 1,058 people that joined me on this live stream. That's a lot of people out there in the world, and it's really cool to speak to everybody from around the world. But thank you, guys, and stay bullish. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and any questions, email me at earncurveinvest.com, and I will get back to you, and hope to see you guys on EarnCurve Bulls. Take care of yourselves, stay bullish, and have a good night, good afternoon, and a good morning. And if it's morning, have a double shot espresso for me, because I think I need one as well tonight. Anyway, thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. Peace out, Bulls. Bye.